move now to KwaZulu-Natal. Water bombing planes still being used to spread foam over that Woodchip Factory in Richards Bay. It's been 5 days since that fire broke out. And while it seems to be contained at the moment, there are real concerns that the fire could spread if the wind picks up to a nearby chemical factory. And I'm joined now by our reporter, Lethiwe Mdluli. She's been covering the story. Lethiwe, thank you so much for joining us. There was a big briefing today. This fire, it's still burning. It's so-called contained, but at the same time, there's real concern that it might spread to a neighbouring chemical factory, which I would imagine would be utterly disastrous. What's the situation on the ground? What are they saying about how real this danger is, that this fire could actually get out of control and spread?
Well, Sally, this morning we were at a briefing where all the stakeholders concerned were basically telling us what we can expect and what they're currently doing to try and fight the fire. Firstly, we heard from NCT, the general manager there, who basically gave us an update on what is currently happening inside the site. What we do know is that 3 piles of wood chip are currently burning, and their main focus, though, is not on those piles, but rather the 2 piles that were not touched by the fire. They're trying to protect those because, unfortunately, they stand between the company and another company named Fosco, which unfortunately stores a lot of chemicals. If those 2 piles were to catch fire, unfortunately, the fire would then spread to the neighboring company, and that would be disastrous. But there are contingency plans in place. We did actually speak to Fosco, and the CEO there did tell us that they have decreased the amount of chemicals on site, and they are basically now working on a daily basis. And these are some of the measures they are taking on their own, just to make sure that everything will be safe if, however, the fire that does spread to their direction. We also heard from the municipality itself. They are saying that they have 45 firefighters on the ground, which means that they have enough resources to try and maintain the fire, or rather contain it, to basically make it stop from spreading to the other industries. And we also saw air operations still continuing since Monday. They are saying that they're going to continue until the fire is completely contained. Right now, though, they are saying that the focus is on that pile that has not been burnt, because if it does catch fire, then it would mean that they will need more resources on the ground. Yesterday, we did speak to the mayor as well, Ningwezi from Umhlathuze, and he did say that they're making a call to the department, the provincial department of cooperative governance, where they are basically saying that they need more resources on the ground in terms of fire trucks, and also more firefighters to be deployed to Umhlathuze, just to basically lend a hand in trying to fight this fire. But right now, everything is under control, and we were there earlier on, and we did see that the situation seems to be under control. It's just that, Sally, the winds might be a problem, because they do seem to pick up in the afternoons, and that's when a lot of teams are needed on the ground to try and keep the fire from reaching the pile that has been unburnt. But in speaking or hearing what Danny Kanusen, who's the general manager at NCT, a bit earlier on when he was briefing all those stakeholders who were at that meeting, this is what he had to say.
That started on Saturday afternoon, and it's testament to the firefighting teams and the surrounding communities and everybody that the fire has not spread further than it did in the first 8 hours under the incredibly challenging wind conditions that we experienced on Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. So the status of the fire on day 5 is that we are slowly but surely starting to win on the fire. All the efforts that we have been doing now have been to protect the previously untouched stockpiles belonging to TWK, fundamentally because they are adjacent to Fosco, and all efforts on the ground have been to reduce heat and then protect the piles.
Yeah, so it sounds like all plans are in place, and they're doing a lot to make sure this doesn't spread to the chemical factory, including taking chemicals off-site. But as you say, if the wind suddenly picks up, despite their best efforts, they might be in some danger. At the same time, there's concerns about the air quality. What's the situation? How much danger are the people in the area in?
Well, Sally, when we spoke to the municipality yesterday, they did say that fortunately enough, the residential areas are safe and that residents, because of where the company is situated, they're not really exposed to whatever is happening on site. But on Monday, the roadway near the company was closed, and that was to basically give way to the helicopters that were dropping the chemicals and the water at NCT. And today we did see that the John Ross Highway was opened to traffic, and they were basically saying that for now they think everything is safe. And just as a reminder, they were telling the residents that basically what is burning right now is just wood. So the smoke that they're inhaling is any normal smoke that they would inhale if there was wood that was burning next to them. But the only issue is that it's at a massive scale. So a lot of people are being warned to rather stay indoors if they are vulnerable or if they have diseases such as asthma. We did speak to the air quality department at Mdluli, and we did have also an independent company that was there, and we spoke to them about the safety issues around this, and they are saying that they're monitoring the situation. Right now everything is under control, and they are saying that the smoke basically is blowing to the direction where the residential area is not situated in. So right now everyone is safe, but they are warning the public if they have any underlying issues to rather wear a mask or just stay indoors if they are feeling a bit sick due to the smoke, because I mean it is taking place at a very massive scale. We did see a lot of smoke around the area or around the company where we were situated today. So those people who might be suffering are being warned to just stay indoors to avoid getting sick. But in speaking or hearing what the air quality department at Mdluli had to say, this is what they had to say.
Firstly, we would like to acknowledge that there are other pollutants in the environment, not just smoke. Other pollutants that we might not be monitoring within the district of King Cetshwayo and within the city of Mdluli local municipality. There are a number of stations that monitors meteorological data. Meteorological data, it's your wind data, your temperatures, and then there are stations that monitor sulfur dioxide and particulates, the PM10 and the PM2.5. We recommend that vulnerable people who are living with comorbidities, asthma, heart problems, they keep indoors throughout the whole process.
Yeah, really worrying. And I guess this fire is just going to have to burn itself out at some point, and hopefully within the next few days everything will be sorted out, but really worrying. Thank you so much for that update. That, of course, is our reporter in Durban, Lethiwe Mdluli.